So what do I mean by more frustration? Well, I mean Zelda II randomized again. Yep. We're gonna finish this, and then we're gonna play some Super Mario World, which is my Thanksgiving game. Yeah. Oh shit. I can fix this. Wait, if you give me just a second, I can fix this. Fixed. Okay, here we go. So, last time I played this a couple days ago, I managed to get almost every item and almost every spell. Okay? I have plenty of keys, that's not a problem, but I don't have the master key, which unlocks everything. That would have been a really great item to get early on. I still don't have the life spell, and that is absolutely miserable. For those that didn't watch this the first time, this is Zelda II randomized, and it's been kind of a nightmare. The world map is confusing and deadly, and I hate it. However, I do have a much better idea of where I am and where things are than the first time. So, we just have 3 palaces left, then the final palace, and then we're done. But, here's what I need. I really need that life spell. I will now spend the next hour of the stream, hopefully less, trying to find the town where the goddamn life spell is. Vinny, the life spell is the new charge beam. Oh, you remember that? Well, hey, there's some good news. The good news is I have the boots that can walk on water. That's brand new. So that might open up some opportunities. If you remember correctly, there were a few spots that required me to walk on water. Much like Jesus, who arose on this day 10,000 years ago. Wait, no, I'm getting my stories confused. That's not what happened, right? Okay, this is Death Mountain. We don't want to do that. And thus, the Easter Bunny... The Easter Bunny rose from the grave. And in commemoration of Jesus' sacrifice... You see, there's that turkey. There's that tryptophan in that turkey. Jesus... in commemoration of Jesus and his sacrifice, we have rabbits. And lo, the Lord said upon ye, thousands of years from now, you shall receive both rabbits and broodals. And the Lord laughed, for he knew it would enrage thousands. Okay, so here we go. I can walk on some water here. We just have to find the fucked up village. No. It's disappeared already. Good. There it is! Life spell! Got it! Eat a dick, game! Watch it be the most expensive spell in the game. So it turns out this whole time I needed the boots. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. And it is... It's not cheap. 39 is not cheap for a spell. Let's see how... I could cast 2 of those right now. That's about... You know what? That's about consistent with Zelda 2's original life spell. If I upgrade magic, it might be a little cheaper. You know what? I didn't need the boots. I just needed to go down this way. I could've got the life spell right after I got the raft. Oh my god. I could've- yeah, all I had to do was go left. But I mean, who would've known? Hidden town of Kasuto. Oh, right, yeah. So we did this already. Pretty much have everything. lives do I have? I have full lives right now, so we can... Special medicine, huh? So what we can do now is just start tackling the palaces. I got the raft first. Which is really weird. I might like to do another randomized run of this game at some point and see what kind of luck I get next time, and also try some of the other settings. Because I had a lot of fun doing this, and I feel like this was really difficult as a starting run. I also feel like it could only kind of get easier from here. I still don't have that key. The big key. That would be a nice thing to get, but I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon. Maybe we'll get it in a dungeon. Blue lizard. Not even really worth the hassle. 150 is not a good amount of experience from blue lizard. Alright, chat, you have to remind me. I did this one, right? This was palace number 1, masquerading as some advanced palace. Have I done dark blue palace? Okay, I don't think I've done this one. I haven't. There's a locked door. These vastly generous boarheads. I've been informed by my virtual lawyer that doesn't exist that I cannot say boar's heads because that is, of course, a copyright phrase. So again, for anyone who's not familiar with this randomizer, dungeons are generally randomized from a pool of different rooms, but still kind of based on their respective dungeon. So this, I think, is like a dungeon 3 or 4, or... I mean, it's familiar, but I couldn't tell you which one exactly. Also, because of this randomizer, it's actually possible to get a sword that's more powerful than the one you can get in the base game. So I think I have a slightly more powerful sword than usual. Okay, so this dungeon's already off to a really confusing start. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this is based on Dungeon 3, because we're outside. There's only one outside area in a palace, not dungeon. I always say dungeon for Zelda 2, but this is the one time they're not called dungeons. Vinny, when are you gonna do Hat in Time mods? I haven't thought about it yet. But I'll let you know. Probably give it a little bit more time. Because I still have to install Hat in Time's, you know, non-review version. Ah, fuck. For life. I wish life was just a little bit less expensive. Oh, it's one of these rooms. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay. So I found out what the deal with fire is. As you've probably also surmised, fire spell has been combined with spell. Apparently the randomizer has a parameter that allows you to combine a random spell with fire. So, that means that you could... Shit. Theoretically, you could get fairy combined with fire, which means fire is rendered useless. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, that dude was not meant- I don't think that enemy was meant for that kind of space. Away he goes, hanging out up top with the life bar. Vinny, it seems like Vin stopped okay, listen to this one. It seems like Vin stopped reasoning to me after I playfully made fun of Mike Matei. I can do that, he's my friend. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sometimes you guys just confuse me. I don't know what that means. I'm not really sure who you are. I mean, did I like chastise you at any point? Is there evidence of this? Did someone lace your turkey? What did they put? Did they put PCP in the turkey? Anyway, if you figure out what you mean, let me know, okay? We can figure that out together. But until then, don't do PCP, especially not if it's laced with turkey. Or opposite that. Hey, I have some good news. There's a new-ish Super Metroid randomizer that just came out that I just learned about, rather. And it's called Super Metroid Arcade. And it is basically an endless mode for Super Metroid that every room is completely random. You get points based on how many rooms you complete. Weapons are gettable but also temporary. And the door behind you is locked when you go into a room. So apparently it's really, really good. It probably, I'm not selling it the way I'm describing it, but it sounds really good to me, and I'm probably gonna stream it at some point. But yeah, the weapons are temporary, so you gotta be careful, because you can get the plasma beam, and then 5 minutes later, plasma beam gone. I'm gonna need a little bit of help here. I went down this way, okay, good. Hootie was checking it out the other night. Oh, that's probably why I was told about it. If Hootie streamed it, then someone watched Hootie and then emailed me about it. But, me and Hootie have a very similar taste in Super Metroid, and Super Metroid fuckery. Except Hootie's a lot more dedicated to it than I am. And he's very good at it. Oh, okay, we've got a response from the dude about the Mike Matei thing. It was a joke and I made a typo. Sorry, Vinny. Okay. Gotcha. No problem. Okay, here we go. You know when Nathan says okay after someone says something weird on his show? But nah, it's all good. $300. Okay. We still need the item here. PCP Turkey wore off and he came to his senses. I'm still on PCP Turkey right now! I don't understand. I know there's like a thing, there's the tryptophan thing with the turkey thing and all that, but... Like, I really sometimes feel like a little fucked up after having a Thanksgiving turkey. How is it that powerful? Are turkeys just high all the time? Well, maybe not fucked up, but more just sleepy. And I don't even eat that much. Vinny, why don't you have a cam? I don't particularly like being on cam, and I think I would probably be the world's worst person on camera, because it would just look like... It would look like me being dead. And I can show you an image. I think I've got an image somewhere. Well, now I'm not gonna find it. No, I like to play video games, you know, kind of just like really sitting back, all the way reclined, in a dark room. I don't like the idea that I'd have to think about how I'm reacting visually. That's just weird for me. And I mean, look, you get the whole game. You get everything you need on screen. Not some distraction. Distraction jabroni, why would you want that? Oh my god, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Please let this be the item. Yes, and it is magic. Okay, that helps. That helps. It's not a key. So my next goal is to level up. I need to level up. Don't you want to level with me? Vinny, I love how you saw the stupidest comment I have ever made. That's the dude from before. Well, let that be a lesson. Just because the chat is massive and you think you can get away with a little stupid shitposty comment. It's not always true. Sometimes you get got. So you gotta be on your best behavior at all times. Because you never know when Jesus is watching. Alright? This may be No Nut November. Doesn't mean Jesus ain't watching. Alright, and that's really the spirit of the holiday. That's really what Thanksgiving is all about. It's about Jesus watching you when all times. It's what was I trying to say? Alright, so I have to level here. Okay. There's really not that many enemies left, but these things respawn and they have good experience, so I might just farm them because I really need to level up, and that way I get a double level up, because when you complete a palace you get an automatic level. So this could be a rather boring next couple of minutes, but I could probably make it quick. These things give a lot of experience. Actually, it's only gonna take like another minute and a half at most, so that's pretty good. dungeon wasn't too bad at all. Vinny, how was your friend's concert? It was very good. I enjoyed it. I had a little bit to drink early on, and then I just waited. I ate, I drank my water, and then I waited, and then I was good. That has nothing to do with the actual concert itself. How does it compare to Red Vox concerts? Well, Joe is in Red Vox, and Joe is the one who played last night, and better. He was better. His band is amazing live. And there was a guy that went on before them that did some cool songs, like some Fleetwood Mac stuff on an acoustic guitar. And then there was just like a dude on mushrooms who went on after Joe. And it was... I don't know what was happening. I don't know what was happening. He had a synthesizer, he had a drum pad, and he had loops and samples, and it was just like people talking. It was like this. The concert was like this. Okay, one guy...
Checking you the time, the place, everybody in the face. We're gonna groove, we're gonna go, we're gonna make it all down the show.
So, like, picture that with a bunch of, like, weird synth noises, just like, and then he would go over to the drum pad and he would just hit it, and it would just be like, while the synth was like, 10 out of 10 show. People fucking loved it. I heard rumors that there were a number of people. Now this is just rumors. This is just rumors, but I heard rumors that there were a number of people on actual mushrooms, that night, last night. And, well, it almost was confirmed by the amount of people that were just staring in awe at the synthesizer act. Not that I'm, you know, I'm not gonna judge, you know, have fun, I guess, just be responsible. There's a dude outside the place that was, like, waving fire around, like a, you know, in, like, a carnival or a circus, like, it's like a dude just waves fire. So it was that. It was a weird night. It was a very weird night, but I ended up having a pretty good time because the music was good, mostly. Yeah, he was a pyromancer. Exactly. There was a pyromancer at the concert last night. Whoa, the music is skipping again. Okay, so... I have 2 palaces left, right? Did I do this one? I don't remember if I did this one. Did I do dark green? Did I do dark green and get frustrated with it? I skipped it halfway through. Okay, I know I skipped one halfway through. I just didn't know if it was this one. Okay. In vanilla Zelda II, complete a palace and then it would gray out and you couldn't go back in. But since there are missable items, and, you know, you never know what could be in the palace, you might actually end up defeating the boss by accident and never being able to come back. Or something, I don't know how it works, but in the randomizer, it doesn't gray them out. Vinny, are you gonna do more Hand of Fate 2 soon? I will. I just, this is like classic gaming week for me. And then I'll be doing more Hand of Fate. Oh, right, here's the ceiling skeletons. I remember this. And again, the music just... The music just skips. Whoa. Is this the one that I got stuck and I needed fairy for? Because there was one I needed fairy for. Wait, here's the boss? What? Oh, I did this one. Guys, I fucking did this one. Did I get the item here? Bright lime green? Okay. That's okay. So there's two green. Someone in chat just said, God, this game sucks. This game gets a lot of hate, but please don't judge it based on the randomized version, because this is not how Zelda 2 shipped. So if you're like, oh fuck, there's two green? What a stupid game. No, it's randomized. Okay, well, hey. Alright. Fuck it. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of this dungeon. Vinny, Zelda 2 does suck just like Mario 2 and Metroid 2. I think people would have very strong words about you on that one, especially Mario 2. Vin just checked full sauce. You got the Bab in that dungeon. Okay, thanks. I don't know why Nestopia is skipping music. That is very frustrating. I wonder if Nesticle would also skip music. Yes, there is a fucking NES emulator called Nesticle. Here's the lime green. So yeah, this is based on Palace number 6 or 5 or one of the last ones. And that's why it's kind of torture. And I think the blue one was the other one I didn't go into. So this is gonna be a difficult one, and then the last palace before the Great Palace is gonna be kinda easier. I didn't get the experience for that. That's lame. I think this is the one with Volvagina. The dragon. Oh my god, please. Wait, so I got the item here, but I guess I didn't defeat the boss? Were there 2 lime green? Oh, I needed fairy for this one, yeah. I needed to reflect here. Let's see. Really? I can jump so high that the blue dude returns to his idle animation. Man, I hope to God that I didn't complete this dungeon, otherwise I'm gonna be very upset. Oh my god. Please. Okay, full health. Sound. Maybe I have to increase the latency? Okay, I've increased the audio latency. Nope, that did not fix a thing. Dystopia is 100% accurate with all commercial games, so then it's gotta be the randomizer. You screwed around here but never beat it because you were missing a required thing. Okay. Bullshit! Vinny, there's no Scoot in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I guess it's time to delete it. So I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet. But now I don't want to play it because that's unfortunate. I need my swole duck. Without the swole duck, there is no reason to continue. Okay, here's the fun one. the Room of Fun. Oh, I killed the skeletons. Skeleton goat heads. Yep. Yeah, now I remember why I stopped. Because I couldn't do this. Okay, hopefully this is where the boss is. So we got the item. If this is the boss, well, we're not gonna level twice. I doubt there's gonna be another group of enemies that's gonna give me enough experience to level twice, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, fuck. I was right. Have I ever told you how much I hate this boss? Because fuck, I hate this boss. Yeah. It's a really easy boss to die on. Instantly, because you fell into a pit. Okay. Fuck. Okay, just take it slow. That was the one that I had the most problems with as a kid. Because I had no patience, and I freaked out. I would just freak out. It's not too bad. Attack will go up. Swole sword. Flesh tone sword is now even more powerful. So where to next? I think it was this one. Light blue. So yeah, I just need one more of these. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't have full health. Or I don't have the, like, I need more hearts and magic containers. That would be excellent. Because the final dungeon's gonna kick my ass. God, please. Why are these boar heads worth 5? The other ones were worth 20. Oh my god, really? That's how you start a dungeon? Good job, randomizer. I have 7 keys. This is more keys than you, like, ever get at one time in Zelda II, originally. Okay, ceiling skeletons. That's my favorite. Because you know what's supposed to happen with ceiling skeletons. They're supposed to drop in on you, like that. They're not used to being placed in rooms with high ceilings. Why the elevators sound like that? The elevators just sound like wet farts. It's that NES sound chip. You're gonna love it. Oh, how much are these fuckers worth? $500? Holy shit. That is the highest value of anything I've seen thus far in the game. And they're one-hit kills. And you can farm them because certain, ceiling droplets spawn them. I know that's not gonna make sense to a lot of people who weren't here for the first time, but check this out. Ah. No, 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 spawn. Spawn. Please. Please! Ah, it's not working. Yep. So those were 20 before. I guess when you game over, the XP tables reshuffle. That's my guess. Oh, there we go. This could be all the leveling I need for the rest of the game. Halfway there. If you don't mind, I'm gonna just spend a little time here. Okay, ceiling droplets, please. Let's do this. That's an amazing cheese. Yep. Yep. Come on, you fuck. First it giveth, then it taketh away. Do the upgrades have caps? Yeah, they all end at level 9. So I'm 888, which means I really wouldn't have to do too much farming. And I don't really plan on it. But this is a free level, so I'm taking it. Come on, one more, motherfucker. Attack will go up again, huh? Alright. Maximum swole sword. And one more for the road. Wait a minute. I didn't get... I got an extra life? Oh god, I think I have full upgrades then. I think it maxes out at 8. That's my bad. Wait, is 8 the max in Vanilla Zelda 2, or is this... maybe... a randomizer attribute? It is max? Oh, I thought it was 9. Because I guess I saw the 8100. So the max amount that you need in Zelda 2 to get max level is 9999. That's how you get another one up. But Randomizer has brought it down to 8100 for an extra life. Which is pretty fucking useful. But yeah, I'm all maxed out, that's good. And I somehow, even though this is one of my favorite games, I somehow forgot that you max out at 8. So good job. Binyort. Binyort. Vinny, where would you rank this game amongst your favorite Zelda games? It almost doesn't feel like a Zelda game. I almost don't regard it as one, which is why I like it. At times, I would put this in, like, one of my favorite, like, categories because I just enjoy playing it. But I've come to my senses, and it's not one of my favorite Zelda games, but it is, on its own, just a great game that I would consider one of my favorites. Maybe it's because of nostalgia, maybe because I like the gameplay. I acknowledge its flaws. I understand why people hate it, or just don't like it. But I think it's also a little unfair, because the game is... As an NES game... Oh, nice. As an NES game, it aged better than a lot of other NES games. And NES did not... One of the reasons I didn't want the NES Classic is because a lot of those games didn't age very well. The original Metroid being the most egregious example. It's a great game, you like that word? I'm cool, right? I could use big words. But really, the original Metroid is a great game for its time, but kind of feels like butts now. Egregious and a lot of other NES games kind of just are in that weird space between arcade games and like the beginnings of console games. And I'd say that Zelda 1 also kind of aged better than most, but still has its issues. If you want to see a very interesting video about Zelda 1 and 2, I will once again recommend you to Mark Brown from the Game Maker's Toolkit. He recently released a video about the dungeons in Zelda 1 and 2 in one video, and it was great. And it also kind of shows you just how cryptic some of the Zelda 1 stuff is. A lot of people feel like Zelda 1 aged better than Zelda 2, and that's maybe true, but it still kind of has a lot of problems. I think this game is a straightforward, at times a little confusing for sure, but it's a straightforward side-scrolling action combat game masquerading under the Zelda name, which is the thing that hurts it the most. And, I think a lot of the unfair difficulty problems of the NES days, it was just a symptom of, again, arcades were really fucking hard to suck them quarters out of your pockets. And... oh my god. Ah! I tried to cheese it. A lot of the difficulty was pretty rough, but it had a lot to do with the idea of, again, games evolving from the arcade. And, just play like Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, or I always get them confused, but you know what I'm talking about. Stuff like that, Ninja Gaiden, the original Castlevania, Castlevania 3. At least this game, you know, you get to continue from where you start. There's no password system, so you can just save the game, which was another really huge, like, improvement. I don't think people realize. So, I think the first game to have save, like, system directly to the cart was Zelda 1, followed, obviously, by Zelda 2. Up until then, it was like, well, you either start from the beginning, or you gotta write down a giant password. And here comes Zelda. Sitting in a tree. S-A-V-I-N-G. That was terrible. But it was pretty fucking remarkable how it changed. It changed very much. Why is this the exact same layout as before? Am I cracking up? No, this is new. The randomizer has just turned this palace into a clusterfuck. Oh no, this is the beginning. Should be good. So, yeah, so I think the NES Classic, anyway, just to kind of surmise my point, to give you the thesis on the paper that I had just written in my head. A lot of NES games did not age very well. You have games like Kid Icarus, who... I think Kid Icarus is a really great game. That was one of my favorites. Hard as balls. Password system. Not one I love returning to. But I can return to this game, and I don't have much of a problem with it. It feels like it's a pretty sturdy game. Sure, there's like death pits. There's some pretty tricky deaths and jumps and stuff like that, and some enemies are really hard. But I don't feel like it's as bullshit as something like Kid Icarus. Though, if you're gonna compare a game like this to Mario 3, Mario 3 aged way better than this. And, Kirby's Adventure, Final Fantasy aged like shit. But, yeah, you have games like that. Mega Man aged pretty well. Oh, god damn it, really? Also, Kirby's Adventure came out late in the NES lifespan, so when you talk about, you know, a game from like 1986 or 1987, compare it to a game that came out at the end of the NES life cycle, when games were just kind of intrinsically changing. For better or worse, I'm not sure. I think better. But you have games like Kirby that came out later on, and it's still great today. It still plays really well. Basically, games with RPG elements age shitty, right? I think early examples of RPG elements didn't age so well. But that's not to say Final Fantasy's unplayable. Like, okay, here's one. Kirby's Adventure came out in 1993 on the NES. Secret of Mana came out in 1993 on the Super Nintendo. That had light RPG elements. Final Fantasy II in the US, or like 4 in Japan. Still a great game. Nice music. Oh my god, the skipping. Ah! Oh, this palace fucking sucks right now. Here's another identical elevator. I see an enemy, so that means I haven't been here. It's a pretty good indicator, I'd say. Just gonna take advantage of this experience for an extra life, because after this we have the Great Palace. By the way, the Great Palace has been shortened by 25 to 50%. thanks to the randomizer. So the randomizer actually makes the game a little bit more palatable. If you can believe that. To some degree, to some degree. In other respects, it turns it into more of a motherfucker. Another... okay, no. Yeah. Extra life. This isn't gonna lead to anything. This will lead to a key at best. 8 keys, sure. Here's a question for any people that are really skilled at Zelda II, or know the game really well. I don't need the master key, right? Correct, I don't need it. Okay, good. There he is. Look at his health. Oh, I used the wrong fucking... Alright, this one, you gotta hit in the stomach. So, Randomizer just nerfed that boss for no reason. I'll take it. Thanks, Doc. Alright, we can do the Great Palace now. I'm missing 1 magic container and 1 heart container. Which is a little beans, but I can deal with that. I know I left a couple extra lives scattered about. Let's see. Is there one here? No. Just like someone predicted, I forgot where they were. Oh, good. 5 lives. Good, good. 1 is in a patch of grass in the desert. Like that, you mean? Well, that was swamp. You know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Let's fucking do it. I'm feeling confident. He said, facing his death. His destiny. Also terrible. Could this be an extra life? Yep. Alright, so I'm not gonna look for the other stuff. Also, one of the advantages of the randomizer is that I don't have to go through all that crazy shit like I normally do to get to the final palace. All I have to do is just go to the maze and it's there. So, a good chunk of the time I would lose a bunch of my lives on the area leading up to the Great Palace. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about trying to find that other thing. Maybe... You know what? Maybe I'll just look around here real quick. Because I didn't complete the maze, and I know there's probably... There's an item, usually in the maze, and it's on a tile that you fall in. So... Let's see. Oh, there was also that... thing in the water. You know what? Before I go here, let me check that area. There's one spot that I want to take a look at real quick. That very well could have the heart. Vinny, I dabbed during Thanksgiving. What's the weirdest place you have dabbed? I have never dabbed. In fact, I resent the question. And I'm upset to hear that someone who watches my streams has dabbed. Do not do that, please. Do not tape. Tape. Okay, well, you know what? No, I've dabbed in video games. I've dabbed in Yonoid. Yeah. Alright. But that's not real life dab. I don't give in to peer pressure. There were dudes at, like, conventions that were like, "Hey, man, can you dab for me real quick?" I don't know why they sound like that. But, yeah, they sound... Sure, they sound like that. And I say no. For if I do that, then I've betrayed all that I have found holy and sacred in my life. Do you sneeze into your elbow? That's a dab. I see what you're doing here with your gotcha journalism. I get it. Vinny, would you dab as part of an incentive for a charity stream? Man, I won't even do karaoke for part of a charity stream. Think I'm gonna dab? We must now end this conversation. Because the word dab is giving me heartburn. You know, I don't even fucking know how to get to the top part of the map. Because this level's all fucking disjointed. I really don't know. I mean, it's separated. The top and bottom are separated. So... Vinny, would you bab instead of dab? Well, I am the leader of the bab crew. So that's a given. One of the caves near Darunia takes you there. I'm thinking about just saying fuck it. Because I thought this was gonna be a little bit easier. Is that Darunia? Maybe it is. You know what? Here, let's check this out. I'll give it a little bit more effort, and you know, chances are I'm gonna get there and it's just gonna be a pee bag. Just a literal bag of piss. Yeah, this is it. Best sound effects. Worth it. Still? Oh, no, that's not how that works. Okay, so life 8 is my armor. So that means I take less damage from enemies. Getting an extra heart just increases your entire life pool. So that was actually very good. I could still check here. You know what? Let me just go down. Oh, we may have just found it. Could this be it? Is this gonna be bueno? Is this gonna be a late night bellissimo? Yes, it is! Wow. Finally, things are looking up. And after a shitty first couple hours... So Great Palace is purple. Usually it's yellow, but I like this color scheme a little bit better. It's a little more pleasing on the eyes. And this is the most confusing and difficult. And yes, this griffin thing has tits. Twitch won't ban it. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. So, normally this dungeon, this palace is extremely confusing. And something tells me it's gonna be more confusing. So yeah, I'm really excited. Let's see. No shit, already? Wow. Okay, this has been amazing luck. I just bypassed all of the Great Palace. Looks like we're playing Mario World early tonight, folks. And Thunder didn't cost my entire magic pool. Which means I can heal a couple times. Holy shit. That is fucking bellissimo. That is triple bellissimo. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck, never mind. Okay, there's more. There's more. I still have to find Dark Link now. That was just a mini-boss. I mean, it's done. Thunderbird is arguably the hardest boss in the game. So... At least that's done. But we still have to go through the palace. Yes, the fairies can activate elevators. The elevator just detects the presence of a living organism. Nice. Oh, my attack damage is really good right now. I love how these randomizers are breathing new life into these classic games that have been played and completed and beated thousands and thousands of times, but it's like fresh again. Breath of the Wild randomized when? About 20 years. What is the gold one? Oh, it's just a one hit. Okay. I am Sinister. Beware! Okay, so apparently, considering Breath of the Wild is already running on an emulator on the computer, people are thinking more like maybe like 2 or 3 years. That's fine. If it happens sometime before I turn 52, I'll be happy. So they're just putting these big skull things everywhere. It's gonna be a dead end. Yeah. Still confusing. Still shitty. Oh my god. Please! Vinny, I wish you stay young. Cry face. We all do. 52th? My 52th birthday. Thoughts on loot boxes getting banned? Well, I don't think they're quite banned, but there's a lot of... There's, you know, legislators and Congress members looking into it, claiming it's, gambling for kids. I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want government-regulated video gaming. As good as this seems, it could have a downside. That said, I'm really happy that EA's in hot water over this. Because Disney gave them this loved and recognized franchise, and on the eve of their biggest game yet, they're being accused of, you know, implementing gambling for children. And there's all these articles, and Disney's getting phone calls, and Bob Iger's freaking out. Good. Get it away from EA. How about we get Star Wars into more capable hands? Like who? Someone in chat said Activision. No. I really don't know what could happen here. I mean, it could turn really bad. It could be like, you know, they investigate and then RNG is banned from games entirely. I mean, that's taking it to the furthest possible extreme. Give it back to Julian Eggerbrecht system? You mean from Factor 5? I mean, I would love to see the people from Rogue Squadron... I would love to see Factor 5 get Star Wars again, but they had a pretty bad experience. I don't think EA is gonna lose Star Wars. I think they're just gonna... Disney's gonna come down a little harder on them to either disguise what they're doing a little bit better, or get it out of the Star Wars games because they don't want the bad press. I don't know. I mean, that's what happened already. So we'll see if it goes in that direction again. I just don't know. Motherfuckers. That's a tropical hot dog night right there. CD Projekt Red. They're working on a Cyberpunk game, no? That's very exciting to me, by the way. If it's anything like... then I'm gonna be very happy. You know, people are mentioning the net neutrality thing, and I made a big... a lot of people have emailed me about it too, and I made a, like, kind of a big speech a couple streams ago. So I'm not gonna go back into it, but obviously it's terrible. Obviously they're trying to sneak it in. They're trying to stick it in. During Thanksgiving, when people are too busy with the holiday to pay attention to what's going on. But it seems like people are putting in the effort to fix this, or to at least, you know, there's a lot of people aware of it, a lot of people made phone calls, and it's just gonna keep coming back if it gets defeated now. But I've said before, obviously it's one of the worst things for someone like me, and for people that watch streams, it's a terrible thing. So, you know, between EA and all the cable companies trying to do this. It's just it's a real clusterfuck. It's a real clusterfuck. Can't let them get too far ahead of themselves, because for a long time, that's exactly what happened. But, I mean, the good news is people seem to be more aware of it now. I saw it coming. That's okay. Dark Link. I'm gonna attempt a legit Dark Link fight. Usually you just hide in the fucking corner. I don't know if the randomizer rebalanced Dark Link, but I guess we'll see. This boss is basically bullshit. I don't know if you can see that. Like, fucking take damage. What are you doing? Like, let me attack you for a second. I might be able to do this without the cheese. I would love to do this without the cheese. That would be great. Because every time I played this game on stream, I'm pretty sure it ended with me doing the Dark Link cheese. Come on, motherfucker. One more. One more, no cheese. One more sans cheese. Yes! No cheese. This worked out well. And now for the kiss. Some say Link's nose grew 2 times its original size that day. You are a human being and a real hero. Very suggestive. So yeah, that's Zelda II Randomized, and it was really erratic. The end, I managed to whoa! I can speak. Today I managed to do everything I wanted to do quickly. Great Palace was a lot easier. Yeah, it was a lot better this time. The stream I did 2 days ago, part 1 of this, was a nightmare. And it mainly had to do with the world map. And not finding my life spell. So it was all over the fucking place, but generally, I loved it. I thought it was great. It broke new ground. And it made me appreciate Zelda II. Not Kazoo. Kazoo? Kazoo?! Dig Shake was here the other night. I don't know if he's here today, but thanks, Dig Shake. It was good. nice to be able to play one of my favorite games in a different way. And that's your yearly Zelda 2 stream. Maybe next year we'll do another one with the randomizer. I guess it's time for Mario World in just a couple minutes, so if you want to stick around and watch my Thanksgiving Mario World stream, then you're in the right place. Thanks for watching Zelda 2. And, don't overdose on turkey drugs. I kinda just want to hear the song now. Fuck. Alright, stick around, I'll be right back.